So there's one big foundation that all this influence is built on, and I want to do a video focused solely on that because it's really the most important thing that we need to understand as we go into this, and that is that trust. The trust that you have gained from your followers and the trust that you have in your followers is going to be the most crucial thing in actually attaining a true level of influence, right? Basically, it comes down to there's three intangible resources that all of your followers give you, right? Their time, their attention, and their energy, right? These are three things that they give you that they can't get back, and the return that you give them in value for those three things should be something that they trust will occur. If they come and they watch the video that you create, they should trust and understand that they're going to get some value out of that because they're putting their time, energy, and attention into you. So there's three big ways for you to actually not only attract this trust, but maintain it as you go through. And the first one is establishing a value set. Really understanding who you are as a person and what you value in everyday life. And whether that's your family, whether that's your job, your dog, whatever it is that you really value, and staying true to that, right? And that goes into character, right? That means not only having these values, but actually taking actions that prove that, right? Not sitting here saying, I love my family, and I don't want to spend all my time working, but then the actions that you're taking are spending 15-hour days at the office and spending 30 minutes with your kids at home, right? Taking actions on these value sets that you have shows the strength of your character that helps tie into the amount of trust that these followers are going to have in you, right? And then the third one is your confidence, right? That's meaning, okay, now that I have this family value and I spend my time there, the confidence is not shying away from that, right? Being confident that that is a value that's really important to you and that you are not scared to show that to the world, right? Really understanding, okay, this is who I am. This is the actions that I take on that. This is literally who I want to show the world, and I've embraced who I am as a person. And what that does is establishes new levels of trust between you and your followers. So basically, like, there's a couple key values that you could probably start with, meaning you can value others, you can value your job, you can value yourself, you can value your health, whatever these things are. And I really want to dive into what your values actually are, right? So the question I have is, what do you value, right? What types of people, what types of emotions, what types of thoughts or actions or rewards do you really care about on a deeper level, right? I kind of touched on it earlier saying I love my family, I love my job. These are the types of things that I do. But I really want to take a step back from that and saying, really look at yourself and look through the last week of your life, the last 7 days, and look at all the high points and the low points that come from everything that you're doing, and really start to understand that those are probably where your values lie. Meaning the time that you spent with your family was the happiest. That's when you enjoyed yourself the most. But the time running errands and not doing that was the part that really brought you down. You can start to see that family is obviously the most important part in your life. And as you start to establish that value set, you'll be pretty good in terms of being able to move towards having character and taking actions on that, whether it's I'm going to set 4 hours aside today to go focus on my family, right? And that's really like committing. When you're developing your character, it's really like committing to the things that you say you're going to do, right? It's like keeping your actions and your thoughts, and as much as they're different verticals, and that's what that is, then it's easier, though, for you to bring them together, and that's establishing that strength of character that people trust. Again, that's kind of staying aligned with the things that you value, kind of the same thing and keeping them together. And then maintaining discipline, meaning I'm not going to do this for a week and then switch up my value set and switch up my actions. If you can really stay true to, okay, for example, I really want to help college-aged entrepreneurs. If you can stay true to that, then it makes you better in terms of becoming a leader in the space. And that's the most important part as we're starting to establish this influence on social media and then also in the real world, is making sure that that is something that you guys stay true to. And then the confidence part is, it's not just a emotion or a thought. It's actually like a momentous force, meaning for every little bit of action that you take, whether it's I'm spending an hour with the kids every day, day over day over day, it starts to build momentum and this confidence starts to arise in you, and it really helps you start to understand that these small wins over time result in a much bigger, more graspable, tangible piece of value and character and trust that you start to build with your followers. So building up this trust account Really, again, we want to focus on like what is your value set, and then tying that into, okay, what are the new character traits that you're establishing? Is it that you're trying to be more disciplined in maintaining these two verticals and keeping them together and making sure that your values and your actions align? And then the last one is looking back and really taking note of a time where you felt an increased amount of confidence in a situation, whether it was when you're speaking about a certain subject or if you're talking to a certain person. What are those things where you feel the most confident, and learning how to duplicate those through your value set and your actions to make sure that those three can come together and really build up a powerful trust account that leads your followers to actually like grasp onto every single word that you say and wait for every new piece of content, and really a better understanding of how you can influence them on a personal level so that you can understand how much influence you have over them.